Breaking. According to reports, the Fed is testing XRP for cross-bender settlements. Could XRP reach $10,000, 0 cents, as a result? The world of cryptocurrencies has been ablaze with whispers of a revolutionary breakthrough. According to sources, the Federal Reserve is surreptitiously evaluating Ripple's XRP to see how well it can manage international payments. If this proves to be accurate, it has the potential to alter our understanding of international financial institutions and potentially drive XRP's price to an incredible $10,000, 0 cents. However, what does this actually mean for XRP, its value, and the financial industry going forward? Let's dissect it. We must first examine what is happening behind the scenes in order to comprehend why this is a game changer. For the future of cross-bender settlements, the Federal Reserve, which sets monetary policy in the US, has been experimenting with several blockchain and digital assets. According to a claim from unnamed sources, XRP is being explored as a possible option for quicker and less expensive international payments. The XRP ledger from Ripple has received recognition for its lightning-fast transaction processing, in contrast to the number of days required by conventional systems such as SWIFT. XRP may become the foundation of international transactions if the Fed were to incorporate it into the US banking system. The Federal Reserve's promotion of adoption may inspire other central banks to do the same, placing XRP at the core of the world's financial system. SWIFT, which links thousands of banks and financial institutions globally, is currently the leading network for international payments. However, there are some significant disadvantages to it. It is costly, slow, and incompatible with contemporary technologies. Transactions frequently have significant costs and can take days to execute. In contrast, XRP was created to address those exact issues. It offers quicker and more effective transactions by utilizing blockchain technology. SWIFT cannot match the instantaneous and inexpensive cross-border transactions made possible by Ripple's on-demand liquidity technology. Because of this, corporations and financial institutions find it very appealing. According to Ripple, traditional systems take 3 to 5 days to complete a payment, but XRP can do so in seconds. In the realm of finance, this speed is revolutionary. The SWIFT network might be totally upended if the Fed recognizes the potential of this technology, and other central banks would probably follow suit. This might result in a significant change in the way that international payments are managed. This is when things start to get interesting and complicated. Let's discuss numbers. The demand for XRP would skyrocket if it were to be recognized as the official settlement layer for the global financial system. Here's the catch though. When you take into account the market capitalization and the entire supply of XRP, the price of $10,000, 0 cents per unit that is being floated doesn't really add together. The current world GDP is approximately $94 trillion, 0 cents. The entire worth of all goods and services produced worldwide in a single year is represented by this number. The market capitalization of XRP would have to surpass this, maybe reaching hundreds of trillions of dollars, if it were to take the place of SWIFT and become the preferred currency for international payments. The financial landscape would drastically change as a result. In order for XRP to reach $10,000, 0 cents per coin, its market capitalization would need to exceed $500, 0 cents, trillion, which is greater than the whole value of the world economy. In this case, XRP would need to be adopted and integrated in a way never seen before. Even though this is an intriguing potential price estimate, it's crucial to remember that given the status of the global economy right now, this is an impossible amount. A thorough revamp of the current global economic structures and financial systems would be necessary for such an assessment. Nevertheless, if XRP's practical use keeps expanding, its value may rise significantly. The demand for XRP would increase if central banks started using it for cross-border transfers, which would probably drive up the price, though not to the $10,000, 0 cents mark that some have predicted. Now let's talk about the rumors. There are still many unsubstantiated rumors that the Federal Reserve is testing XRP. The Fed fully incorporating XRP into its settlement system is still a theoretical possibility, despite the fact that Ripple has established a number of well-known alliances with financial institutions such as SBI Holdings and Santander. The Federal Reserve has been investigating digital currencies and has been receptive to the concept of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. It is important to note, Ripple's technology may soon be adopted if the Federal Reserve and the US government determine that XRP is the most effective alternative for international payments. This would have a big impact on XRP's price, even if it doesn't hit the fabled $10,000 0 cents threshold. For years, the XRP army has united behind the coin, persistently advocating for its acceptance and acknowledgement in the international financial system, and it appears that their efforts are now finally bearing fruit. Ripple is the most institutionally friendly cryptocurrency available due to its ISO 2022 compliance and expanding list of institutional relationships. Because XRP already complies with the standards that many other cryptocurrencies haven't, central banks and financial institutions are far more inclined to accept it. The Fed testing XRP and pushing for its acceptance could be the driving force for its rise in value. In addition to central banks rushing to embrace it, other financial institutions, from banks to payment processors, will probably do the same. Let's take a moment to address the speculation around XRP's price increase. Although the prospect of XRP reaching $10,000 0 cents is intriguing, such a price increase would necessitate significant structural adjustments to the global economy, including as modifications to banking rules and broad use of blockchain technology. Although XRP's usefulness can raise its price, it's crucial to keep expectations in check and take the current state of the market into account. A $10,000 0 cents price tag might be unrealistic. However, as more financial institutions incorporate XRP into their systems and acceptance rises, there is still a lot of room for substantial development. As XRP gains action in the financial system, because to its efficiency and reduced transaction costs, a more reasonable price might be between $100 0 cents and $500 0 cents. In the end, market demand drives XRP's price, and adoption by international financial institutions would generate that demand. This won't happen overnight though. Although it's easy to hope that XRP will reach $10,000 0 cents due to speculative Fed rumors, it's important to concentrate on practical growth and real-world applications. Indeed, XRP has the potential to change the way that money is sent around the world, but as it is embraced for real-world applications like international trade, institutional collaborations, and integration with conventional banking, its value will progressively increase. Notably, Ripple has not verified that the Fed has fully adopted XRP, and the majority of this information is at best conjectural. Therefore, even though XRP appears to have a bright future, let's exercise caution when making forecasts and concentrate on its practical uses that offer genuine benefits. If you think the XRP has practical applications, it has the ability to transform the global financial system, you should smash like. Is this merely a rumor, or do you believe the Fed will accept XRP? Tell me your reasonable price target for XRP in the comment section below. Do you think XRP will be valuable in the long run, or is this all just hype? Let's talk about it.